Hi there, today we'll be exploring the new Caran NeoArt 6901. These are oil wax pastels. I'm going to show you the colors that I got. I chose to get some colors in open stock and I got pretty much all of the colors that looked great to me. Let me know in the comments if you've tried these and which colors were your favorite. I do like the formulation. I will share in this video all of my thoughts and experience with these. We'll swatch them. If you're new here, hi, welcome. My name is Rit. I'm a watercolor and mixed media artist based in Austria in Europe. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It really helps. And also leave a comment and tell me if you've tried these and what you think about them. I would love to know. I'm just one person and I paint in very specific ways. So it's always helpful for viewers to read other people's perspective and opinions. Let's get right into it. I just got a very exciting package, but first impressions, it's so small. Let's see what's inside. These are wax oil pastels. What is supposed to be great about these as opposed to oil pastels is that they're supposed to cure and dry. Unlike oil pastels, there's no need to fix date them because oil pastels never dry. This is a NeoColor 2 and this is the new ones. And I think they cost similarly. I have to check, but as you can see, this is a lot smaller. It's like a bit more than half. Kind of similar, maybe this is a little bit bigger. What we're all interested in is, of course, how they perform and the colors. So I didn't get the full set. It's really expensive and I know myself and there are a lot of colors that I don't like. So I watched some swatching videos of people that got most of the colors or all of the colors and I chose the ones that I like. After I ordered these, I discovered that R&F, this is a American brand that makes oil sticks, which is oil paint in stick form. They also make encaustic colors that are gorgeous and super expensive. The oil sticks are super expensive as well. I discovered that they came out now with a new product called drawing oils, something like this, which is, to my understanding, something very similar to these. That one is really expensive. I think they're a lot bigger than these. I haven't bought any yet. I probably will at some point. לא קרה שום דבר, חלום לא נקי והכל פה קקי, ארץ פעם גירשתי עוזר ורק רציתי מהכל. I couldn't resist it. I wanted to play it longer, but I figured, okay, you're not my kids' parents, so you probably won't find it as amusing as I do. Let's talk about the colors. Bismuth white is like, yeah, it's almost white, just a little more creamy. Lemon yellow is what you think it is, although it probably could have been a tad more lemony. Yellow is yellow. Primrose is, it's sort of like a buff titanium. Butternut is a very soft orange, I would say. It's a pretty color. It is quite similar-ish vibe to burnt ochre, 10%. You'll see that later. I find the burnt ochre a little bit more attractive. Then one of like my more attractive colors is the golden cadmium yellow hue. And that one is just like a very warm orange. Then we have saffron and terracotta. Both of them are nice. I probably like the saffron a bit better. Then we have Herculanum red. It's kind of like a weird color. It's giving me Potter's pink vibes. Permanent red is a nice bright red. Purplish red is, yeah, kind of that like hot pink magenta kind of vibe. I really wish there were like a more orangey red. I wish there were a few more pinks, but yeah, I didn't see anything that I felt I had to buy, and I love pink. Then we have ultramarine, kind of wish it had a little bit more of a punch for me. Cobalt blue 10% is okay. It's like a mid-tone blue. Cobalt blue 5% is nice. Light malachite green, it's probably one of my favorite colors. Olive brown 50% is great. Ochre is lovely. Burnt ochre, I said, I really like it. Violet gray, it's just like okay for me. And dark indigo is a nice dark. So I guess you can probably hear it already in my tone that these colors did not rock my world. So everything is all good and well, but it's only until you start using a supply that you can really see if you connect with it or not. And I wanted to use these like I figured I would want to use them, which is either for my initial sketches, like I use now NeoColor 1 and 2, and probably for finishing touches, but I didn't actually get to do that on this piece because I was just like too busy playing. Now, playing around with these, I'm actually using here my favorite watercolor paper, which has a little bit of texture, and sometimes pencils and pastels don't really love textured paper, but these worked really well also with the texture. I made some close-ups with my phone, so forgive that interruption, but they were very fun to work with. I really enjoyed how they feel, and I enjoy playing with them with watercolors, which is something that I don't know you will see a ton of people do, but I really love that combination of like that waxy, oily texture and how it contrasts the, beautiful transparency and puddly nature of watercolor as opposed to like that more painterly crayon pastel feel. So I really enjoy combining these two materials together, and a lot of my preferences and opinions derive from how I like to use these, which is probably different than what most other artists, or at least the ones that I've seen, do. So take that under consideration when you consider my opinion about this. But I probably drew or sketched more with these as I normally would with the pastels that I usually use, just because I wanted to kind of try them and see if I liked them. And I did. I just don't know that they are giving me anything unique to the materials that I already have. I feel like the NeoColors are really formulated to perfection, and I have to, this was just my first impressions, so I have to see how these work with my process. I think my biggest issue, or what keeps me from thinking that I will explore these a ton more, are the colors. Just because I have so much more attractive colors in my existing wax pastels or oil pastels that I don't see how these will outperform those. So if you have any insights about that, if you have these and you figure out like a way to use them where they're superior to the other products that I mentioned, then I would love to know. Maybe you can give me some ideas. But as I was sketching, I was just like, oh, I really wish I had my favorite colors from those other mediums. Even with like oil pastels, you just have so many colors, and this range I feel is really limited. Now, true that I only picked a selection. I think I probably got half of the colors, but the other colors were, again, like really standard colors, nothing that I felt I had to get. And now that I've tried all of these, I don't know that I feel the need to grow my collection. So this is sort of where I'm at with these. They're lovely. They are what they are. I just need that, 100, 200 color range, and then everything will be okay. So here you can see I started adding watercolor. Of course, they resist the watercolor. I had a lot of fun
But yeah, I couldn't do my usual watercoloring because I sketched so much with these. Um, but I do love, like, what I love about them is that line quality. I don't do a lot of sketching with just like regular pencil. I don't do sketching with pens. I figured after like hundreds and hundreds of failed trials that I just don't like the line quality of pens and many times also pencils for those initial sketches. So I mostly sketch with pastels. And for that, these are beautiful. I think, maybe for me, they could be a great supply to take on the go to have like as I really wish that I had enough supplies where I could have like a permanent kit that includes all of the things, like all of my favorite supplies that I didn't have to take it apart. But my favorite supplies are kind of expensive, like the NeoColors. I don't see myself buying another set of duplicates, although I could just break the ones that I haven't broken yet and create like two separate sets. So I could see myself using these in that way for, sketching on the go. I could also like break them and then it would be even more travel friendly with less to carry. Um, but yeah, I do have some colors that I liked, but also some of the colors, they're just not that perfect version of that color. Like that ultramarine, for example, I just wish it had a little bit more punch to it. Um, and I found the colors to be so basic. So I feel like I'm a bit repeating myself, but this was my experience.
Here's my biggest problem with these. There is no denying that they are beautifully formulated and that for a lot of us mixed media artists, they can fill a space in our supplies that other supplies just can't. I love the creaminess of oil pastels, but they never dry, so that's a little bit annoying. Then the next best thing is oil sticks. There are brands that make those, but those can be expensive. But my problem with these is that the color range is just not as exciting for me as, for example, the NeoColor 2. This is where I think I'm going to be pretty limited using these. I might grab a few colors, but for sure the range doesn't include my kind of colors, which are those tertiary colors and those really unique color choices that actually Caran does extremely well with their NeoColors, especially with the new release. So that's where I'm a little bit underwhelmed with this. I wish these came in all of the colors of the NeoColor 2. That would make it for me a really, really exciting option. But as it is now, I'm not going to be able to enjoy these as much as I enjoy my NeoColor 2 or my watercolors or even my acrylics, where I just have a range that these don't offer. So I hope this is a good start and that Caran will extend the color range and I might then be able to enjoy these.
I hope you found this video helpful. I hope this helps you decide if you should add these to your collection. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful weekend. Take care. Bye bye.